नमस्ते बच्चों, this is Sachir Saurabh, teacher in USCD DAV Public School, Maharajganj. Today we are going to discuss about the another topic in the chapter 1, that is your chemical reactions and equations. Okay, in this class we are going to discuss about what are called redox reactions and corrosion and acidity. So let us see what is a redox reaction. Those reactions in which oxidation reduction occurs simultaneously, they are known as redox reaction. As you can see from here, copper oxide react with hydrogen, it will form copper along with water. So here you can see there is removal of oxygen from copper, so it is undergoing reduction, but here water H2, hydrogen is accepting oxygen and form H2O, so it is getting oxidized. So one of the component is reduced, another is oxidized. So this kind of reaction is known as a redox reaction. Take another example. Here you see zinc contain oxygen. So when it will changes to zinc, it is losing its oxygen. But as you can see here, carbon does not contain any other element. So when the carbon accept this oxygen which is lost by zinc, it will form carbon monoxide. So the carbon is oxidized. So those reaction in which where both oxidation and reduction occurs in the same reaction, they are known as redox reaction. Now what are called then corrosion. When a metal surface is exposed to substance such as moisture, acids or corrosive gases like hydrogen sulfide, chlorine, fluorine, etc. for some time, a layer of stable oxide, hydroxide or sulfides are formed which weakens the metal, and metal is said to be corroded. So what you can see here, what happened, corrosion is nothing but a chemical reaction between metal surface along with moisture, acid, bases or some corrosive gases like hydrogen sulfide, chlorine or fluorine. So whenever they react together, they will form the product in the form of stable oxides, hydroxide or sulfides. So these products will do, they act as a another layer above the metal surface. Now this corrosion can also be defined in a very simpler way, that the spontaneous natural process of slow eating or degradation of metal by gases, acids or moisture present in atmosphere due to formation of stable compounds like oxide, sulfides and carbonate is known as corrosion. So the first statement can be simplified in the next statement is that it is a natural process, means eating means deterioration, means wasting of metal by the gases, acid or moisture which are present in atmosphere. And again here also their emphasis is given on what are the product, that is oxide, sulfides and carbonates is known as your corrosion. Now let us take some examples of corrosion. So here are the some examples of corrosion. First, the corrosion of iron. The corrosion of iron is also known as rusting. You see here, iron react with oxygen present in atmosphere, and it will react with n molecules of water, because we don't know how many molecules is there. So we just assume that n molecules of water is there. That is from the form of moisture. When they will react together, they will form a compound that is known as hydrated ferric oxide, and the color of this hydrated ferric oxide is reddish brown color. So let us take another example, corrosion of silver. Corrosion of silver is commonly known as tarnishing of silver. Okay, so you see here silver metal when react with hydrogen sulfide gas, it is present in atmosphere. It will changes to silver sulfide along with evolution of hydrogen gas. Here the silver sulfide is in black color, and this is the corrosion product. So here except iron, all are getting corroded. Only in case of iron we are taking rusting as the product of corrosion. Let us take the third example, that is corrosion of copper. You see, when copper react with oxygen present in atmosphere along with the carbon dioxide, and it will also react with moisture, it will form a product. Basically it is form a two product which are linked with each other. One is cupric hydroxide, another is cupric carbonate, and both jointly they are the corrosion product, and the color of this corrosion product is your green color. Okay, so this is your corrosion product of your uh, copper, and this corrosion product impart green color to the copper. Now take the example of aluminium. Aluminium react with oxygen, it will form aluminium oxide. Now aluminium oxide is having a dull white color, so it is basically what it is also a corrosion product. But Among all these corrosion, here aluminum oxide corrosion is useful. Why? Because once the aluminum oxide is formed, no further corrosion of aluminum is possible, and that's why among all these four corrosion of aluminum is useful and rest of them are harmful. Okay, and that's the reason why after sometimes the copper containers will start appearing green color at the corners. Also, you will find that in jewelries also, the jewelries are made from silver, they will start getting blackened. The reason is due to formation of a compound, that is silver sulfide. Now let us take the other topics, that is how to control the corrosion or how to prevent the corrosion. So the best way of controlling the corrosion or prevention of corrosion is by covering the metal surface with oil, paint or grease. Okay, and the second method is by alloying the metal with suitable metal. For example, we have a steel which is getting corroded, so that steel is converted into stainless steel, so by which we can prevent corrosion. Now the third, by coating a thin layer of less reactive metal over more reactive metal by electroplating. So what we will do is, we will, by the process of electroplating, we will coat less reactive metal over more reactive metal. And last method is your by galvanization, that means coating of zinc over iron. Beside this, there are also some advanced method that we are going to discuss in the higher classes. Now let us take come on to the next topic, that is your rancidity. What is a rancidity? Rancidity is basically the spoilage of fat and oil due to oxidation when exposed to air. Okay, so basically we are talking about spoilage of food stuff, that is known as rancidity. It may leads to bad smell, bad taste and change in color of the food stuff. You know that when the food will start rotting, then it will produce bad smell, bad taste, and there may be change in color. So rancidity, we are talking about spoilage of food. Okay, more precisely we are talking about spoilage of. Now let us see what are the methods to prevent rancidity. The very first method to prevent rancidity is addition of antioxidant in the food items. Then what are called antioxidant? Antioxidants are the chemical substances which are added to the food stuff like pickles, ghee or any other item which is stored for a say a period of 2 or 3 years. So these chemical substances are added to it, and it once the antioxidant are added to them, they will remain healthy or remain fresh for a period of say 2 or 3 years. Even jams, jelly and many other foodstuffs are there, they will remain healthy for a period of 1 or 2 years. So the second method of keeping our foodstuff safe is by keeping inside the airtight container. Okay, if your container in which we are keeping the food stuff, that is airtight, means no entry of oxygen, so there will be no rancidity. The third way of keeping our food stuff safe is by keeping it at a low temperature in refrigerator. If you are keeping our food stuff in a refrigerator, that remain healthy for a very long duration, say up the order of 1 week. Okay, now the fourth method, that is not used by us but rather that are used by the companies which are producing chips or any other packaging material which are packaging food items. Okay, so during chips, you might have seen there is a air inside that chips packet. That air is nothing but nitrogen gas. Why they are adding a nitrogen gas? Why? Because once nitrogen gas is there, that container does not contain any oxygen. So if there is no oxygen, no rancidity. Your food stuff will remain safe for a period of 1 or 6 months, 1 year or 6 months. Okay, so the fifth method, that is your freezing of packed perishable items in a dry ice. So if you want to keep your food stuff very long duration, in that case we'll use this method, that is dry ice. For example, if you want to keep your fish, say your fruits for a period of say 1 month or 2 months, in that case you can use this method. Why? Because in this case, in case of dry ice, the lowest temperature attained is your nearly minus 20 degrees Celsius. So your food stuff will remain healthy for a very long duration. Now here are some questions for you as a homework. You try to solve these questions and submit to me once the school will reopen as a homework in your homework notebook. Thank you.